Why is it that studying classical language and literature is so important in this day and age? What could be relevant about studying Greek and Latin, about reading the myths of Homer and Hesiod, learning the philosophies of Plato, Aristotle, the Epicureans and the Stoics? Why should we, in societies with a near-endless supply of modern information technology, sit down and read the poetry and prose of the Augustan age? Alexis de Tocqueville answered this question in his classic work Democracy in America, written in 1833. He argued for classical education, which according to him was the perfect antidote for the modern literature made in the democratic era. He reasoned that the positive qualities of ancient literature would counterbalance the negative ones of modern literature, as these qualities were so incredibly distinct. In ancient literature, he writes, nothing seems to be written hastily or at random. Every line is written for the eye of those with taste, and is shaped after some conception of ideal beauty. And the ancients always displayed exquisite care and skill in their details. These qualities are exactly what writers in the modern age are at large deficient in, which is why they should be studied all the more. But why is modern literature so deficient in these qualities? Tocqueville explained this by stating that books were very rare in ancient times, and that because of this, only those who could read or write, namely the aristocracy, would busy themselves with literature in the first place. The common people listened to priests and seers, to poets and lecturers, but did not read or buy any books for the most part. Because books were so rare, they were also more dear, and their value much higher. In addition to that, books were usually very difficult to both produce and spread, especially on a large scale. Now, if anyone took the effort to write a work at all, this was only done by the aristocracy who had the means and the time to do so. In this small, concentrated group of elites were concentrated all the fine literary tastes and habits of the era, which resulted in a small number of high-quality works, as opposed to a large number of mediocre works nowadays. Tocqueville argues that modern writers certainly do produce great works of literature as well, but the positive qualities of modern literature are of such a different nature that they cannot counterbalance the negative ones. As Tocqueville writes, all who aspire to literary excellence in democratic nations ought frequently to refresh themselves at the springs of ancient literature. There is no more wholesome course for the mind.